Hi beauties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, please kindly subscribe, like my video and turn on your notification. Welcome back, and this is the third and I think semi-finale episode of this series. So this series is the make a glueless frontal wig from the scratch series. So this is how to make a glueless frontal wig from the scratch, and this is part 3. The part 4 will be when I style the wig and put it on my head, and also for you to see that it is glueless. But this is the part 3. I've put up the part 1, which was the sewing of the frontal on the cap, and also sewing the wig in. I've put on the part 2, which was bleaching the knots and plucking the frontal lace. And this is the part 3, which is just basically fine-tuning and styling. So I'm doing it bob. It was quite a tough decision for me because I was thinking, should I do bob, or I should just make it curly, or I should do feather cut and all. But in the end, I said I already pictured what this hair would look like on me in a bob style, so I don't want to mess up the style, so I'm just going to stick to the original plan. So I proceeded with making a bob. So first thing I did was to pick out fine hairs from the closure I plucked. Some of the hair strands didn't pull out from the roots, so this is me manually picking them out from the roots and making sure I have like a fine lace, no baby hairs, no obstruction on the lace. So that's why I'm just picking them carefully. After that, I proceeded to pluck out the excess hair in front. See how I'm using my hand to pluck it, not the tweezer, and I'm doing that in bits and pieces, because if you pick it up as a whole or pick them as a bunch to pull, it may tear the lace. So I was explaining at this part that you have to pick them little quantity and cut, but if you pick them up in large quantity, it will tear the lace while you're trying to pull it off. Now if you look closely, you see that there are also some fine hairs at the bottom, even while I use my hands to pluck out those excess hairs. So what I did was to use the tweezer to also pick up the fine hairs on that underneath the lace after plucking, so that it's looking very clean and neat. At this point, I already plucked out the excess hairs on the two edge. So I was using my Twizzler to pick out the tiny hair roots on the lace to make it very clean and ready to slay. And then I plucked my hot comb because I need it very hot to enable it flatten my lace. A very hot comb is essential. And this is the serum I'll be using to start the hair. Just thought to show you. After showing you that, I proceeded to using my wax stick to apply some wax on the hair before I use the hot comb. It's very essential to use wax stick because it helps you flatten the hair together with the hot comb. So now I went in with the hot comb. The hot comb wasn't as hot as I wanted it to be because our power was not full. The current was very low, so it wasn't that hot, but at least it gave me a manageable flat work that I could use to style the rest of the week. After flattening the left part of the wig, I came over to the right part of the wig. And right before I started flattening, I noticed that the right part of the wig was looking fuller than the left part of the wig. The left part was giving more than the right part, and I think it was because maybe I didn't pluck out enough hair from the right part. So I just had to quickly go in again with the plucking, just light plucking, not something too heavy, but just to make the two sides match. And after the plucking, when we get to the end of this pluck, you will see what I'm talking about, because it wasn't too much, but it matched the energy of the left edge, or it matched the energy of the left side of the hair, sorry. Like I said earlier, I did a very light pluck, so as you can see, it's looking very light, but not as full as it was looking initially. And before this part of the video, I showed you the amount of hair that pulled out, very little, not so much. And yeah, that's what I want. I told you all about, in my previous video, I told you all about one hair I asked to be pre-plucked, and it came bowed in the front. So everybody have their own choices, because someone wrote to me saying, oh yeah, I like mine actually close to bowed. And I'm like, okay, everybody have their preferences, their choices. For me, I like mine to be close to natural. I can maybe at the end of this video again, I'll put a picture of my natural hair, and then you see what I'm talking about. So this kind of plucking makes it look like my natural hair, not something too full and not something too bowed. So yeah, this one matches my natural hair. So, and the aim of making a hair glueless, doing all this plucking and all, is to make the wig look natural. So I do what is best for me. You can also do what is best for you. If you prefer yours to be bowed or more scantier than this, it's also cool. But for me, this is medium, and this is what will I say, this is perfect for what I want. After proper flattening, I thought to show you what the left side of the wig is looking like, and then what the right side is looking like. So you see what I was talking about earlier when I told you I needed them to match. So I'm using these two products to style my wig. The Fantasia Heat Protector Straightening Spray, gives spray and shine, and also the Keratin Smooth Shine Serum. So I'm using Fantasia. I'll spray Fantasia before I use my straightener. But then for the Keratin Smooth Shine Serum, I'm going to apply it on the hair before I start styling. Of course, if you want more context on serum and hair oil and all those products, please check my videos. I have a video I made regarding that. And of course, to avoid too much product buildup, the less product you use for your wig styling, the better. So I like to use just two products, at most two, preferably one. Yeah, so the less product the better, because product buildup can make wigs come out looking gummy, looking tacky and oily. It can really come out looking bad. So that's it. So at this point, I was showing you the cut, because I need to cut the hair. I need to cut it blonde before I style. And the hair is a 10 inches hair, but I cut it at 12 inches. And I was explaining at that part that for you to get your hair well, you need to cut it at least 2 inches from the inches you want to cut it. So this hair is a 10 inches. I want it to be a 10 inches bob, but I'll cut it at 12 inches. You know why? Because I want to leave rooms for adjustments if there is any. So if I make a mistake on any sides of the hair or at the back, it will be easy for me to quickly adjust. Although I'm clipping very carefully, but I'm using the clipper I'm cutting very carefully, but then I still need to have room for adjustments, if any. If there are any adjustments I need to do, I still need to have room to avoid, had I know, or to avoid spoiling somebody's hair. So if you're making a 10 inches wig, cut it at 12 inches. If you're making an 8 inches wig, cut it at 10. If you're making a 14, cut it at 16. If you're making a 16, cut it at 18. So it helps you better. So maybe what I'll do by tomorrow, because I'm doing a different styling tomorrow, I'm styling a different wig tomorrow, I'll show you a proper way. I'll make a video of a proper way to measure your wig, a proper way to measure your wig, to know where to cut if you want to cut, or to know any adjustment you want to do, but a proper way to use a tape rule or a measuring tape for your wig. So at this point, I already cut out the excess hairs, and I was trying to fine tune the blondes to make it sharp, and I'm using my comb to do that. So when you put it to the end, when you put the comb in between the hair and then you pull it down and cut it to the edge of the comb, it gives you a more straighter, because of course the comb is straight, so it gives you a straighter cut. It gives you a straighter and a more blunt cut. See how I carefully used my comb to work in line with the clipper to get the perfect cut I needed. And at this point, the clipper has done its job and it's time to move on to the next thing on the list. So you see how, well, I say we see how blunt the hair is. So first off, I have to plug my straightener. I had to plug my straightener because, like I said, I need it very hot when working. So I need to plug it before, sorry, I need to plug it before time so it will be heating up before I use it. While waiting for the straightener to heat up, I use the keratin smooth serum. I applied it on the hair. This I discovered that I think I put too much products in the end, but it's not so bad because it will last for longer, and of course keep my hair hydrated for longer. Serum is not oil, so it doesn't clog your hair together. So regardless of the amount of the thing you put, the serum you put, it won't clog your hair together. But too much product build up in your hair is not nice because then it traps dust, traps dirt, and within a few weeks or a month you would need to do like a revamp or wash it to remove dirt from it. So that's the disadvantages of product build up or using too much products on your hair. After ensuring I applied the hair serum evenly, then I proceeded to packing my hair straight because I'll be bobbing it one line after another. So I had to pack all the hair up using my hair packer or hair clipper to clip them up at the top so that I can have space to do my styling work. Shortly after I was done with that, I proceeded to start the base. So if you notice, the base of the hair is not, the cutting is not straight. I also applied Fantasia. So I applied Fantasia as I move. Yeah. So, but not too much, just a few sprays of Fantasia before I straighten because it really helps protect your hair from heat and give it a very quality shine. So notice the blunt cut is not really given at the base, so I had to cut it, but I did that off camera, and then I went in with my straightener to start bobbing the hair. I gently bob the whole hair, as you can see in the video, and just like I was walking through it in the video. And then I use the straightener to also straighten the back end of the frontal. So there are some things that hot comb cannot really do. There are some places that I don't know, maybe mine, I think I have to upgrade my hot comb and buy a new one, because mine is looking, it's not really giving, but it doesn't really penetrate inside. So I use the straightener to flatten out the back, and then the hot comb will now work on the front of the wig. So I'm rounding up the bobbin for the wig, and the wig is already coming together. I was super excited. After I finished bobbing the wig, I proceeded to applying my lace tint. So like I said, this hair is already pre-bleached. I bleached the knots, and that's why you're seeing it how you're seeing it. But of course, I wouldn't bleach the knots to be golden brown or lighter than my own scalp texture. So it's just little. So I thought to spray the lace tint on my hand. So you see, the lace tint is just my color. I'm like a dark choco color. So as you can see, that's the lace tint. That's the pigmentation of the lace tint. And if I spread it evenly across my hand, you see that it disappears. That's how you know your color of listings. Just like you do to know your color of foundation, that's also how you get to know your color of listings. So I pulled it out, and then I proceeded to apply the listings. Yeah, this I forgot. I'm using the ebony hair lace tint in dark brown. Yeah, ebony hair listings in dark brown. Ebony hair is actually a good hair care brand that I am super proud of. Their products are of good quality. I really love using ebony. I've been using ebony for the past, I think, 2-3 years, and ebony products have never disappointed. Kudos to ebony. So this is just me showing you how it looks like on my palm, so that you can on my hand, so that you can imagine what it will look like on my scalp after I used like a melting spray on it. So this is what it is currently looking like. And I discovered I wasted my lace tint a lot. Although, how was I supposed to do it? This is the only way. But I discovered that I wasted it. So just look at it. Look what it's giving. Just look what it's giving. I don't know, my camera is not doing justice to this. I don't know, maybe I was too far, or I wasn't too close or something, because it's looking just so too blurry for my liking. But yeah, it was actually giving, and you will see more of the lace tint. I'm also going to use a tint mousse when I'm doing the final part of the series. I'm going to use a tint mousse, and yeah, and also a melting spray, so that you can see how it melts into my scalp, how it disappears basically. So this is me finalizing the application of the lace tint, both front and back. And you can see that the hair, maybe at the end of the video, you see a different video I made of this hair in one of my shelves, then you would know what I'm talking about. Because maybe I would have used the white towel underneath the canvas head, so that the color would pop, because yellow is already a very strong color. White is a strong color, but it will differentiate. But yellow is a strong color on its own, so it's diluting the lace tint, yeah, the effect of the lace tint on the lace. But notwithstanding, you get to see a different view of this hair at the end of the video. After doing all that, I proceeded to cutting the parts for my frontal. So I would like to rock a center part. Yeah, I would like to rock a center part. So this is me basically cutting the center parts, trying to get it straight. Center parting can be really tricky. I'd say it can be very, very, very tricky because if you're not careful, you'll be cutting into the side, or and it can actually just ruin somebody's day. So I was very careful with cutting. It took me time. It took me more time than what is on this video to get the cutting for this center parting straight. But I'm glad I did get it straight in the end. At this point, I finally got it straight thanks to the middle line on the canvas head. So currently I'm using my tweezer to pick out line in between that is making my pattern not looking clean. So the aim is not to make it too wide. The aim is just to make the pattern visible, because you know this kind of closure that was, I don't know if this is machine, sorry, the frontal, I don't know if it's a machine made frontal or a handmade frontal. But the tricky thing about this kind of frontal is that you cannot get like a clean part. You have to use your tweezer. So I'm using my tweezer in a way that even if I want to change styles, it doesn't necessarily affect it that much. I can still just comb my hair all back, do what I want to do, and also bring it back to the side or bring it to the middle if I want to at any time. So I'm using the tweezer to clear the parts, to make the parts, the center part more clear, or to make the center part clearer. At this point, I finished the parting. You can't see it clearly here until I turn the mannequin to face you. But then I'm using the my hot comb to further flatten the lace frontal, and yeah, also to move the hair to their various parting side. Yeah, and this brings us to the end of the part 3 of this series. This is what the hair is looking like now. This is the left part of the hair, and this is the right part of the hair. Is looking super beautiful. Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. So you see the listings, can you see it? It's giving tinted lace, it's giving bleached north, it's just giving everything. This hair is so beautiful, and I cannot wait to rock it. So the customization and the glueless install video will be out hopefully before Tuesday next week. So don't touch that damn. Kindly turn on your notification, like this video, subscribe, and of course look forward to my next post. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you on the next one.